A Buffalo woman stabbed in the eye comes face to face with the woman who allegedly attacked her. The last time the Democratic Committee met here at the Alavencia Center to talk about the Ellicott District seat, things got a little intense. The long trip home to Europe just got a lot longer for Team Russia. No matter which team you're rooting for, some of the biggest winners this weekend were the many businesses around HSBC Arena. The average American packs on about 1 pound every Thanksgiving. Now think about it, every decade, that's 10 extra pounds. Before Powerball came to New York, many New Yorkers headed to Connecticut and Vermont to pick up what they hope would be that winning ticket. Holiday Valley and Kissing Bridge are among the many Western New York Southern Tier ski resorts opening the ski season this week. The beefed up holiday foot patrols come at a time when thousands are expected to flock to the various entertainment districts around the Queen City. After nearly 4 weeks, it's a race that came down to the 11th hour around 11 o'clock. It's been a whirlwind campaign, but Republican candidate Carl Paladino took some time out to cast his ballot here in Buffalo. Now, the South Buffalo businessman stopped by the Salem Lutheran Church, and he was greeted by about 20 or so reporters from across the state. His wife was by his side as he cast his ballot in the 2010 election. The real estate developer says he's ready to clean up Albany, and he vows it will take 1 term to do it.
I guess it took a long while for people to figure out that I'm not intimidatable. It just doesn't work with me. I'm just me. And I could take anything. They threw the kitchen sink at me. Andrew's trying to buy an election, and I just, we fought him back.
Now we asked Paladino how he felt about this campaign, and he says it's been a hard-fought battle. One, he says he doesn't want to try ever again. Now he's already claiming victory, and we'll know later on today who will be the next governor of New York State. In South Buffalo, Nicki Mayo, YNN.
My first thought was something bad happened. I'm pretty sure I felt like some vibration.
Arthur Dietz was painting his front porch when an explosion hit the DuPont plant Tuesday morning.
It sounded from over in that direction, and that's, where like a couple of different plants are, so we automatically thought that something happened at one of the plants. Midday golfers heard and saw commotion along Sheridan Drive.
And the sirens kept going, and the fire engines kept coming, and the rescue squad kept coming.
Charlie Card knows the dangers of working with chemicals. His late father worked at DuPont, cleaning the tanks.
It's to climb in these tanks and clean them out, a lot of chemicals. Lucite was the big deal back then.
Henry Bogdan worked as a researcher at DuPont for 8 years.
There was an explosion one time we had at the Tedlar plant, and there were about 3 or 4 fellows that were severely burned.
Many Tonawanda residents are used to living around industrial plants like DuPont. And they say the idea of someone losing their life while trying to make a living is an idea they can't get used to in their community.
Well, my wife actually even said that. She's like, I just hope, nobody got hurt, and unfortunately somebody did. So.
In Tonawanda, Nicki Mayo, YNN.
You can't stay in the street. It's too cold. You can die.
Orville Vega says bitter cold nights in Buffalo can be brutal, especially if you're homeless.
I was supposed to have friends that help me, and now when you really need somebody, nobody's there to help.
So Vega seeks help from the Buffalo City Mission's warming center.
We call Cold Blue just to try to get everybody off the street.
When the temperatures dip below 10 degrees, the City Mission and St. Luke's Mission of Mercy warming centers take in 20 to 30 people a night at both locations.
At any given time, there's probably 200-300 people out there or more that we don't know anything about.
We don't ask you any questions. All we want to do is help you.
St. Luke's puts on the blue light to welcome people off the streets.
Even if it's midnight and somebody doesn't have someplace to go, our door is open.
The mission send out a van to bring people in from the cold. The van stops at the Friends of the Night, the Bell Center, several libraries, homeless camps, and under bridges.
Some sleep under the bridges, some are in vacant homes that are abandoned, and I guess when it's cold, you go wherever you need to go.
During the harsh winter months, the City Mission puts out a call for coats, especially men's sizes. Now, right now, there's an urgent need for men's plus sizes, everything from 2, 3, to even 4X.
If it's like sleet or rain, your jackets are cold, you're chilled even more.
Vega says the City Mission saved his life.
I think that I'm blessed, I think that I'm blessed. So there's somebody that let me stay here.
In Buffalo, Nicki Mayo, YNN. Jake Flinton moved his family from Salt Lake City to the South Towns a year ago.
We've only lived in Buffalo for a year, and everybody's told us how harsh the winters are, and we haven't seen it yet.
Snow-related closures on the I-90 thruway led to a Flinton family fun day. The National Weather Service issued a lake-effect snow warning for Wyoming and southern Erie counties Thursday through Friday morning. Lakeview residents along Lake Erie found themselves shoveling more than a foot of snow while awaiting more overnight.
Oh, it's easier to shovel than it is to clean up floodwaters.
Looking at Lake Erie, the white caps on the waves are a good indication of just how strong the wind gusts are coming onto the shore. But residents around the South Towns tell us that they've learned to expect the unexpected when it comes to just how much lake-effect snow they're going to get hit with.
You know, it depends on the weather pattern, because sometimes we'll take the snow up high and dump it out in West Seneca or someplace like that.
The town of Hamburg Highway Department dispatched 12 plow and several salt trucks.
You should always leave your distance.
Drivers started with Lakeshore, Lakeview, and Camp Roads, as well as Southwestern Boulevard and South Park Avenue. As snow removers hit the smaller streets, they remind other drivers to maintain a safe traveling distance.
It's slippery and snow on the ground, you got to be careful and, give yourself time to stop.
Residents living along the water say snow days are the best time to take a break.
Jimmy Griffith said, get a six-pack, stay inside, and enjoy the weather.
In the South Towns, Nicki Mayo, YNN. They're pulling out the tables, mopping the floors, and changing the logos at HSBC Arena for the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament.
Yeah, well, we got a plan, and we're working our plan. We're just really tweaking the model that we had developed in 2004 and 2007.
Event organizers say they can always count on the city of good neighbors to roll out the welcome mat.
Every last person in the city does a great job of welcoming the teams and putting on a great show and extending great hospitality to the out-of-town visitors.
Organizers expect 12,000 out-of-towners to come to the Queen City for 6 games between Friday and Sunday. 19,000 fans are expected to pack the HSBC Arena. There will be mobile visitor centers to greet visitors around the arena on South Park, Main, and Washington streets. Niagara University and Canisius College are hosting the tournament's 4th tour right here in Buffalo.
Our students will be doing volunteer work as statistician runners in the games. They'll be helping people outside the arena, directing them to where the best restaurants and the best shopping is.
If you're looking to get around in between the games, the answer may be in the palm of your hand. Organizers are setting up a virtual Twizitter Center using Twitter and Google Maps. The idea is to get 19,000 screaming NCAA fans swiftly around the Queen City.
And if they see that there's a long line at a restaurant or a particularly long wait to get on, say, the Metro Rail, they'll be tweeting that information, putting that out there, and hopefully moving people around town more efficiently using technology.
You can find a link to Buff Hoops Twizitter Center on our website at buffalo.ynn.com.
Getting ready for that Final Four.
In downtown Buffalo, Nicki Mayo, YNN.